bounty and karma, and if they have any plans on actually releasing them before launch. Like, what if something goes bad? Like, what if something goes bad? Like, that's not good. Like, they're not. It's having such a small error, like a small window, um, before things get fixed. And 5 days, was it 5 days? I think I counted it. It was like 5 days between the close of CBT2 to early access or head start. Sorry. That's not a lot of time to fix it, man. And it could go really bad really fast. And if anyone who played the OBT at the beginning, like some of us remember the exploits that happened at the beginning of OBT, and like don't get me wrong, like Dom is very good at fixing their shit and like getting on top of it, but oh okay, well so if any exploits come out during CBT2, it's gonna be really hard for them to make up for it. And I'm just worried that hey, are you gonna have it like fixed in time, and are you gonna be able to fully take out all the currency gained or whatever it may be? And if they're not releasing the bounty system in CBT2 or CBT2 and karma system and stuff like that, that means they're gonna be releasing it during launch, and that alone is another worry. Like, like how much testing is going to be done before it gets put into the game. Like, now you're messing with systems that are already live and things like that. I'm a bit there's a lot of questions that are raised because of this short deadline.
Yeah, I think I don't know, like I linked the photo, but he had said that this thread is related to the concept and not indicative of the current system. So I don't think we're actually going to see it for a while. I think it's a nice system, but I would like to see like maybe if they implement some kind of like testing server that people can just hop on and try it out. I think that's probably the best way to avoid exploits and all that stuff, because like we saw on BDOKR, a lot of the time is whenever something new would come out, within like the first hour they'd be down trying to patch everything. Because I'm not sure they have a testing server or not. I don't know, or at least a public one that's known. But yeah, I think it sucks that there's such like little time between like there's about 5 days between CBT2 and launch. Like that's little to no time at all. If they do find any issues, like I don't know. I would also like to know like what time they're opening the servers at, because so I can plan stuff out. Because right now I'm just kind of assuming it's based on CBT1 time. So as long as I can like play the entire Sunday, I think I'll be okay. Because my entire week's just taken up by college all day long. So as long as I can get Sunday, I'll be okay.
Yeah, I can see the worries in it. The way that I'm viewing it, though, if they're gonna do a test this soon before release, like no time in between, I mean, honestly, don't you guys think it's probably just gonna be a stress test for them? Hopefully, mostly, if they're this confident to put it this early. And honestly, if something major does go wrong, I don't see them wanting to want to release it. But they've already had the release date, so I'm kind of concerned there. What if something terrible does go wrong and it's game breaking? What are they gonna do with that between 6 days? You don't have any time to do anything. So they're probably going to end up having to push it back. But I don't know. I'd rather them push it back if they did. That's just what I think.
I mean, I hate to say this, but I personally, the way that I look at this and the way that I feel about it is that, well, they promised us 2 CBTs to everybody that pre-ordered, so they're kind of just rolling out a CBT2 because they have to at this point. With 6 days before head start, it's not a beta. It is, if anything, like Kenny said, it's going to be a stress test of the servers again. And maybe some minor glitches will be found. Here's hoping, right? Like so far they've been good. They've done what they've said they were going to do. And they do keep us informed in the community, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think any tweaking that they're gonna do is very minor. It's like, let's say it's 100,000 karma you lose, not the real number, but maybe they might tweak it to 110,000. Those kind of small, kinds of things could be tweaked within those 6 days, but not anything like implementing new features. Obviously not. So I think the CBT2 will be great in just further optimizing what they've established after CBT1.
Yeah. Another thing that I also worry about is like the server. Like, how are they going to handle the servers? You know, mega server, not mega server. Like, I've watched the forums and stuff like that about that crap, and I'm just, ugh.
I'm
Was-
calling Mega Server Watch. I'm
Yeah.
calling
Isn't it isn't CBT1 the mega server with dynamic channels? Because I noticed like
they didn't. It wasn't. It was confirmed by Jouska that it wasn't actually a dynamic change via automation. It was a dynamic change via they were sitting there waiting to hold the button to open it up and close it.
Yeah.
So it was manual. So it is definitely not like automatic dynamic, which would be, I mean, would be nice. But I don't want a mega server. I don't want a mega server.
I think that the general census of our panel is that we don't want to see a mega server. I think at the end of the day, though, unfortunately, we are potentially going to see one at some point.
I mean, I'm okay
Yeah.
either way. I could go both ways, either single server or mega server. They'll work out no matter what. I mean, at some point in time, we're gonna get mega servers anyways, so it's all depending on like you want it now or later.
I'd be fine with it as long as it's dynamic, like automatic dynamic. Like,
Yeah, that'd be
that
cool
would
to
be
see.
fine. I just
then
don't.
just, like,
I just
You would need to have the have set like the set siege channels though, as well. So because you can't take away siege channels.
I mean, well, here's my theory on this: if history repeats itself with like in most MMOs, they're going to start out with a set base, and then they're going to panic and add a bunch of servers in or channels, and then they're going to be
Of
like, "Oh
course.
shit, we've got too many," and then they're going to start subtracting and trying to merge or shit again, right? Like that seems to be the
Yeah.
history repeating itself. I'm willing to bet 65-70% of MMOs out there. I mean, I might be wrong on that statistic, but hey, from what I've played, yeah.
Yeah, and like one of the things is like another issue. Ghost, you were here. I remember that. It was like when they had the rule set of I want to say 2 seasons ago, maybe 1 season ago in the sieges, you could well, no, you can even do it in the current season, I believe, where you have a chance of building, towers in different regions. In this case, you have to actually own a region and then do it. But like last season, you didn't have to. You could just build towers in each region, and that with the mega server, man, it caused so many issues. We'd have like 50 people online, all there for the siege. We get to one territory. All right, we're done with this territory. Let's move on to the next territory. Okay, everybody switch channels, or like everybody switch channels, and people start switching channels. People start crashing out. People start lagging out. Like servers full, and you're just like, fuck.
Yeah, I mean, think about that though. Ping was also a huge issue. Like where Koreans would stay connected, I would always sync out. Like if I went to Zaka and there would be like 100 people on top of them whenever we had like single servers. I mean, I think with better ping, we shouldn't have that many issues. I think the thing we should worry about is like the actual server crashing with all the players on there. Like it's gonna be so many players. Like RU was having so many issues. I heard, and I was talking to somebody about this, and I think that like NA is gonna get like 60 channels, while E is gonna get like 40 or 50 channels, and we're gonna have so many channels right off the bat. It's gonna be insane.
Yeah, and I think if we just have each channel be at like 60% or 60 to 80% capacity, meaning like once you get to, those higher level areas, you don't have to farm your people that are contesting those areas to farm there too. So just got to figure out that, magical percentage of server fullness or channel fullness, so they can implement that dynamic channel system.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Like I'm kind of on the fence. I can't wait to see it, but at the same token, I'm really hoping that they've taken everything that they've seen from KR and RU and have done the best that they can to resolve those issues before they drop, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to take questions and answer time. First question that came in today, guys, and we were actually talking about this before we launched. Verso was asking, what do we think of the RNG boxes in KR? And I know that we were actually speaking on this. Yep. See everybody's reaction? We already knew it was going to be a topic today, so hey, why not? Let's jump right into this. Ghost,
What's up?
what do you
So-
think of RNG boxes in KR?
So the ones in KR right now are kind of like they're iffy. It's like okay, I mean, the game's been out for 400 plus days. Tier 8 horse. I mean, like 3 tier 7 horses. But what really gets me is the unique pet that's in the actual box. So there's no other way to get the pet. I'd be a little bit okay with it if you could buy the pet directly, from the actual cash. I'd be like, okay, I didn't want to spend money trying to just get one single item. Plus, getting a tier 4 pet from RNG box, that's huge because to get a tier 4 pet, that's actually hard to do. It's a lot of RNG, and that's also the actual concept of the RNG box being there really worries me. I hope that we don't get RNG boxes for NA and EU. It's gonna. I know some people will love it, but I know that for AA, it really killed it. Like you see every single new R&D box for AA come up, and it's just like, oh well, time to spend another $100 trying to get one item. It's like the dolphin boxes. So many people, they spent so much money on that just to try and get the dolphin from that. And what's messed up is like some people spend like $500 and still not get it. That's why I enjoyed the Korean cash shop of AA a lot better, is because you could just buy the actual items from the cash shop. You didn't have to worry about so many RNG boxes. They had them in there for some items, but generally, all the costumes and pets and mounts were in the cash shop. Later on, they kind of started shoving stuff into RNG boxes though. So yeah, it's not bad right now. Like the actual items in there, they're a little bit iffy, but for what they are, it could be worse. But I'm just worried about what they might add in the future, what it could bring, especially if it sells a lot.
Yeah, Archage brings back terrible memories of these RNG boxes, and to see it in the KR shop is really discerning. I mean, to limit content that you can only get it if you open up an RNG box that you have to buy with real money is like shooting yourself in the foot. Like, okay, you can get a hedgehog, but you have to buy this RNG box, and there's like 7 in 1 chance you might get it, or 3 in 7, or however many. But it's really stupid because I know in Archage when the Pegasus boxes came out, and I'm like, I don't care how much I have to spend, I'm gonna get this Pegasus. And I spent almost like $200 just to get it, and that's stupid because that was the only way you could get it. But I really hope they'd rethink this because it's terrible from my perspective.
How much did you spend in Arcade trying to get the sloth glider?
Shut the hell up right now. All I can say is
I had to, dude.
Right now. Oh man, there was a lot of money there. I'm done with that. No, but like honestly, I could see why they're doing this. It's a money system. They need to get money somehow. RNG boxes is honestly one of the best ways to get money in any type of MMO. You put something in there, that's the only way you're going to get it. Especially in America here, that all them people with those fat pockets are just going to throw money at the screen until they get it. I mean, it's a good play by them. It really is. They're going to be financed this way. Do I like them? No, I really hate RNG boxes with a passion. But I'm the type of person, I see it and I grab that fucker and I just start spending money. I hate it.
I know, isn't gambling illegal in some states?
It's not gambling in this sense.
Sucks.
It's not gambling, and yeah, there are some legalities in the U.S. as far as virtual currencies go and stuff like that, but it doesn't fall into what they're doing with this, unfortunately. Yeah, I think Kenny, you and I are on the same page when it comes to the RNG stuff and cash shops and everything like that.
Well, it's bad. I like collecting. I've always been a collector in those type of games.
Well,
yeah, that's a little mini pad. I'm gonna grab that too.
Well, we've both had a very bad RNG box run. I mean, you're not the only one that spent a ridiculous amount of money. I was even spending money trying to get you the stupid glider at some point. I will, however, say that hopefully this is just a cash shop test, and before they actually deploy, maybe see how it goes. I see you shaking your head, Zemi. I know, dude. I'm hopeful. Okay.
Honestly, you guys can be hopeful, but this is getting thrown in. I really do think right now my stance is they're going to put it in because why not? It's a good way to make money.
From a business point of view, of course it is. Like, as you guys know, I work in the industry. I see it every day. I deal with it every day. And, it is a good business moneymaker, 100%. But I have seen this time and time again. Bringing in a pay-to-win system does nothing for the longevity of a game. Like, you guaranteed pay to win will kill a game faster than a pay to play version or something else like that. Like it always happens. I watch it day in and day out. I've seen games that'll come out, they go pay to win, and within 8 months to a year, they crash and burn. And whereas a game that's buy to play or is pay to play, those tend to last longer. They may not make as much money, but they do last longer. And the problem is and I've mentioned this before, is when they put in a pay to win cash shop, what happens is the developers, the publisher, the business suits, they're sitting and going, "Oh man, we make this great money. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and stop making content, and we're gonna go ahead and make new quote unquote content called cash shop items." And that's what they focus on. They just focus on cash shop items. That's what they do, and because that's what's gonna make them money.
So I guess while we're on the topic of this, that guy Ash has asked us, do we think EUNA will become pay to win after the launch release? I don't want to say it's going to become pay to win. I want to believe that they're going to be mitigating the cash shop properly so that it's not a pay to win scenario. From what we've seen in, I think it was last episode, wasn't it, guys, that we talked about all the stuff in the cash shop layout that they had released to us in the PM diary? Yeah. So I mean,
pretty good so far.
Ash, there is a big section that we discussed on it. In PM diary 2.2, I believe we have a layout of what they are offering. So that might give you some more insight to that. Kino, I know you had something to add into that.
The pay to win on the side of this, they've made a really good step. Really have. We can all agree with that with the energy pods. Not putting them in the shop. Now that's a good step to make. Do I think that they're going to continue from that? I'm hopeful just because of that. But they do have to make money. That's the only thing.
Yeah, imagine if they do with these, if they still implement these RNG boxes on our side, and it starts burning out all the players in the game. I think after almost a year into it, they'll probably introduce more pay-to-win items to make up for the money they lost for it not going as well as they thought they would.
It can be a slippery
Hopefully
slope.
not.
Yeah, it can be a slippery slope either direction. I mean, here's at the end of the day, as Emmy mentioned, it's a core business model. They are here to make money, like any business foundation. Now, if they're not making money, then they're going to have to find another way to recoup the revenue and, get into a situation where they're making profit. If they're making profit and continuously cash flow and able to keep up with server upgrades and game launches and other shit like that, then no, why, they don't necessarily need to. I'm going to jump.
I mean,
oh, go ahead.
I agree with you 100. Yeah, I agree 100% with you. Like at the end of the day, like, and this is something that a lot of gamers tend to forget, is everything costs money in the game development world. Everything, even server maintenance, even just running the server in general, turning it on costs money. And at the end of the day, like, they have to be able to recoup those costs. And as much as we love games and it's our hobby or it's our life, whatever you want to say, it's their livelihood and they have to make money. They can't be working for free. That's one of the reasons why I've always pushed a pay to play thing, is because it is the most reliable amount of money. And it's not jumpy, it's not free. They can make money and they can turn a profit on that. And that's my biggest concern with the whole buy to play thing, is like, yes, buy to play is good. We all spent money on it. We spent our $100, we spent our $30, we spent our $50. That's great at the beginning, but that money runs out. That money runs out quick. And, they've got to be able to still make money. So unless they plan on coming out with content quickly, that like DLC or something, some point something's gonna happen where they've got to make money. They're gonna the suits are gonna step in and be like, "Hey guys, as much as we know you guys like developing this game and whatnot, we need money. We need our return."
And that's the only reason why I would accept an RNG box, as long as they keep it in check, of course. Because that right there will keep them going. Just make it so it's not stupid.
Well, and that's the thing. I have no issue with the cash shop idea and concept solely because we already paid for the game. I don't want to go into another subscription service. We've had that conversation before and beaten it into the ground. And I think that's where people are going to have to start looking at it from is, if you want to do a buy to play where it's a live game, where it has sustainability and servers and maintenance and all the other costs associated with it, you have to expect them to have some sort of income generating tool in the game as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with RNG boxes, but when it gets too intense, like let's say within the first week that they add tier 9s to the Korean version, they added an RNG box that offers a tier 9 as well. It's like either I can go out and try and breed a bunch of tier 8s over and over and spend a lot of time and money, or swipe my my card and boom.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, with that being said, I'm going to move on to the next question that we've got going on. That guy Ash also asked again. I am completely new to BDO. I have pre-ordered. Mind you, I played around 3 hours on Russian servers and enjoyed it, but should I carry on or just wait for the beta/release? I don't want to get burnt out.
I'd wait. If he's questioning whether he's going to get burnout or not, go with your gut and just wait till beta comes. It's just a few days away. But that's what I would do. I would definitely wait.
I mean, it's so close to this at this point that you might as well just
Yeah.
There's no reason to get into the foreign versions at this point in time.
Well, and that was like me with the KR version, right? Like everybody was like, well, you pre-ordered, you might as well wait at this point, enjoy a new game and all that stuff. And I'm still there. I've played a total of 12 hours on KR. I have like a level 12 character and I was done with it. I've played the beta, had a great time. I'm going to play the next beta and enjoy the shit out of it. And I promise I won't AFK fish during the stream again because that really annoyed people. But,
Honestly, though, coming from a guy who's gotten burned out in alphas from games and didn't even play a game he bought because alpha was the best, it's not that far away. If you want to go on there and have fun and play, you can. You're not going to get burned out. It's too soon. You won't get burned out. But you are going to get pissed off whenever you have to redo everything again.
This is true.
Yeah, my only thing is I would say if you're worried about burnout, get on and just play to learn some stuff. Don't go crazy. Just try to learn the mechanics, learn the systems in the game, try out some things. If you're looking to figure out what character you play, because it is RU and the experience is a bit rough, I would say, play to level 20, get the feel of the character. Just keep in mind that some characters don't fully develop until later on in the game. Look over if you got a good English patch, look over the talents and see what's going on. I know BDO Tome also has a nice calculator that you can use to look at stuff and just kind of get the feel of things, like the basic feel of stuff. And keep in mind that it is like the early stages of that character. Just use it as a learning experience. Don't go crazy on it, and then just wait until the release.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I know that everybody else is excited too. So, and video game burnout, let's face it, we've got 5 of us on this panel that are experienced, and we've all been there. We've hit that wall at one point or time. Everybody's taken vacation to play video games or to do a head start or something like that, and by the time you get done that head start, you're like, fuck, I don't know if I want to play again tomorrow.
Right.
It is real. Like video game stress driven shit is real.
Yep.
What was it? God, I can't even remember. What was the library? The library in Arcade is a prime example of burning out on a video game. Everybody geared up. I think I took, what was it? Can you 5 days? 5 days off of my job to grind that because everybody's like, yeah, we gotta grind. I ground the shit out of it. You know what happened at the end of it? I was like, well, I'm done.
Fuck you guys. I threw on Netflix, didn't even pay attention, spammed one button. I didn't burn myself out at all.
Yeah,
I think Life
yeah.
Ray killed a lot of people.
It really
I'm
did.
sure.
It really, really did. I think that that's what spawned the fact that, you know, we then decided that the rest of our arcade time would be spent driving Kinu's car underwater and seeing what kind of things we could break with the physics.
Yeah, that's basically what 55 plus is going to end up being with Valencia. You're going to see a lot of players drop out. They're like, nope,
Yeah. I'm done. I'm done.
Just hands
see
up,
you guys later.
insert the track, fuck this shit, I'm out.
I think
Like, we
party
complained
system
about
makes
it,
really
though.
nice.
We complain about it, but honestly, if they didn't add something like in that, we'd complain. Where is this? I want something to grind.
Oh, there's always another side to it. Just,
Nobody-
I want this, I want that.
Nobody is ever happy, no matter what they do.
Nope.
No one is ever happy. That's a reality in the video game world. There's always some
It's
group
true.
of people that is pissed off for something. You can do
Oh.
everything right, and someone will still be pissed off.
Oh man, tell me about it. Tell me about it. Like, it was one thing I have learned since I've been in the industry is like, fuck, man, players are. Oh, you can never win with them. You can never win with them. I win more arguments with my wife than I do with with players.
Oh, so here, you know what? I gotta ask Semi, just because you made the statement. Has that changed your perspective, being in the industry, on how you play and how you feel?
Oh, 100%. 100%. Like, if you would have asked me 2-3 years ago, or, you know, maybe a little longer than that, I would have been just like everybody else and get my pitchfork and I'm ready to go. Like, we're gonna skew these guys. They're doing us wrong. But, like, now I sit here and I look at it and I'm just like, okay, well, I see the logic behind it. I see why they did it. And, you know, the problem is now I'm sitting there on the fence going, okay, well, I'm a gamer. Right, but at the same time, I'm in the industry and I know why they did it, or I understand this process and stuff like that. So I'm just like, I don't know who to side with, and I know some of my buddies, like, they get so pissed off when like they get their pitchforks and their torches and they're ready to go, and I'm like, well, guys, you know, let's look at this on the other end here, all right? And they're like, no, you're supposed to agree with us.
But last week you guys said you wanted this, so I built you this shiny golden spoon. Yeah, I hear you, man. I'm gonna roll into the next question. Comes from Chamba Dude. Chamba Dude says, I don't really want to make a server. What's your opinion on a server setup regarding the most important aspect of the game, like sieges, node wars, and GVG? This is like the hot. I feel like this is probably one of our hottest topics that we have every stream. Amongst our viewers, so we'll lead into that. Ghost, I'm gonna let you lead into this one.
Yeah, I think so. There's a lot of negatives and positives to it. So we'll go with the positives of mega servers, right? It's one giant community. Whenever you go to do a siege, you know that, like, okay, these guilds are, you know, we're all competing for the same thing. There's no guild off in the middle of nowhere on like Taiyang on like a dead server just farming money or something like that, you know. And then, you know, server merges come and they're like plus, you know, they're really high gear because they've had months to just farm billions of silver from their guild bank. I think that's probably the biggest positive and what really makes me okay with mega servers. Now, the issue with mega servers though is well, that goes along with the same thing with like node wars as well. Is with I think what was it, the last season update, they made it so that each node now gives you tax. So now every single node is pretty much claimed by like if it's not, you know, a 30-man guild, it's like a 100-man guild. Like the bigger guilds go for it because if you're not in like a large alliance on these mega servers for sieges, you're not gonna win because you're gonna be going up against very large guilds for those. And if you have single servers though, I mean, you could argue that, well, it makes node wars and sieges a lot more fun because, you know, you're not dealing with as many players all at once. You know, you can, you know, learn individual names as well a lot quicker because like when you're on a mega server, you're seeing like everybody all at once. You're like, okay, I don't know who the fuck that is. But GVG wise, I think mega servers is an issue, and I don't know how they're gonna fix that. I have no idea. But single servers, GVGs are lots of fun. Right now, if you want to have a GVG with mega servers, you just kind of be like, hey, you guys want to fight? And then you just kind of go from there. Otherwise, there's other methods: stream sniping, figuring out what's the home channel of the enemy guild, spies, all that good stuff. So I don't know. Either way, I'm gonna play the game. So
Yeah, I feel like you hit that dead on. Why did that make sound? Damn it. Yeah, I feel like you hit a dead home run with that. I mean, it's going to be what it's going to be. I'm going to be interested to see what they decide to roll out anyway, as I said before. Set that back to do not disturb. Sorry, guys. Kinu, I know you got something to throw in a quick rip on this.
I know, like, everybody hates mega servers. I know. No one wants it. No one wants it. But it's going to happen anyways in the end. I might as well just say, okay, let's start it off. Let's do it. I'll fight through it and get through it while it's there. We won't have to worry about it coming eventually. It's going to be there. Fine, I'll deal with it. We're going to have fun. That's just what I think. Now, what could they do to set up a server to make it better? Honestly, I have no idea. If you guys have anything on that, fine. Set it up like they were going to do. Like you said, Taiyang for one server, Zulu Ray for another server, and then just go from there. That's the only other way you really can. You got to pick between what? You want a mega server, you want a bunch of different ones. Got a mega server, at least you can play with everyone, I guess. Got a random friend that's on, you just met him, hey, he's on the same server.
Yeah, I mean that is definitely the benefit. I mean, it keeps people easy to track. You're not channel hopping and trying to find all your friends and everybody trying to rush in to fit into a channel, right? With that being said, I'm going to jump into our next topic for today, which is going to be Karma V2, we'll call it. There's a recent post, recently posted a concept of the new Karma system, different tiers of Karma with different benefits and penalties. Can we get that link up in the stream for everybody? Zemi, do you want to lead on this one?
Yeah, I guess. So basically the karma system adds some stuff to it, which is fairly nice. I'm not gonna move something real quick. They add a little bit more tiers. I'm hoping once the link comes into chat that people can kind of see what we're looking at here. The whole white player, yellow player, purple, and red. There's definitely some good changes with this. This kind of adds a little more I guess leeway into PK and things like that, and ganking people and fighting over resources, or fighting over grinding spots and things like that. So it's not as punishing where it's like, what, this guy's trying to steal my mobs, I can just turn around and gank him and be done with it. I definitely am glad that they got rid of the whole losing enchant thing, definitely, because that was one of the biggest complaints from the old Korean player, like the Korean server players, is like a lot of people didn't go red because it was just like, well, if I go red, then I lose enchants. So what's the point in that? That was one thing that really was painful at the beginning of OBT. So them getting rid of that was really nice. So the whole spawning to a different location in a different region if you go red, that's a bit weird.
I like it.
I think that's awesome.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing by any means. It's weird. I mean, it is a good thing. It is. Here's the thing. Like, it is a good thing, especially for a red player. If you think of it, the benefit is like, say you're on a killing spree and you're killing a bunch of people, and then they get a big group together to come gank you. At that point, like, if they kill you, well, you get ported to a different area. So you don't have to worry about them spawn camping you, which is really nice.
Yeah, that's what to say. I hope that, like, the whole purple one, like, spawning in a random spot in the region, I hope that's, like, within a area, so, like, I'm not in, like, over by Euphoria Port and then I die and I'm over by Trent. just out of nowhere. Just, oh, okay, I'm down here. But I do like it because it does avoid like getting camped and all that stuff, which would be annoying. Especially as a red when you lose 2% XP on death.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and jump in and say I like the circuit design.
Circuit
The
design.
best design.
I mean, flowchart.
Yeah, flowchart circuit design. It looks like a circuit design.
I like that if both players that are fighting each other flag up, that there's no penalties. I think that's really great.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Except you don't want to do that in town, because somebody else, a third member, might walk through that mess on accident thinking it's Archage and just getting clobbered. That would be terrible.
Terribly amusing.
Yeah, that too.
I mean, it's gonna be what it's gonna be, is the way that I look at it. I don't have a whole lot of experience in the PvP. Hopefully this beta I will get into a little bit more of it. I'm gonna try and push for that. But from what I'm reading, it looks like this is turning out to be a much better design than where we were discussing back in show 2, show 3, as to what Karma was looking like in PvP relation to it. Again, you know what? I have to give my hats off to the whole community and the entire CM team, because they work very hard to keep us in the loop as to what they're discussing, what they're thinking, and they do take feedback from the community and they act on it. Proof in point, we see it every time we get a new every time we get a PM diary drop, and every time we get an update from them. It's something, is at least part of it is taken from community, whether it be discussion shows or posts in forums.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. You know, it's very disheartening to see time and time again where a development company or publisher or whatever just has a severe disconnect with the community, and it's really refreshing to see, you know, them care what the community thinks and everything. So I think it's great. And as for the karma system goes, like I do think it is a right step towards it, because I think there does need to be a punishment, and they're trying to make it to where there is a punishment, like a punishment enough to discourage you doing it all the time, but at the same time not as much of a punishment to be like, okay, well, if this is how you want to play, then go for it. You know, it is still viable in some sense. You know, one thing to at least, I mean, it's not going to be 100% viable by any means. But I think at least at this point, it's like, okay, well, if I want to gank this guy, I can, and I don't have to worry about it too bad.
Yeah. I'm going to go back into the Q&A stuff, because actually people are throwing Q&A, and I like it. I like it when you guys are interactive with us. Keep those questions coming. We'll try and get as many answered as possible. Everybody's nodding their head. Yeah, we like it. Questions. Things we can answer for you. With that being said, I'm going to take this one here. Dirt Squad Samboy asked, how do you guys feel about the Blader and Plum awakenings being different, and what could it spell out for Ninja and Wizard Witch? Everybody's distracted.
Hello?
Paul?
Hello? Was I talking?
Paul?
I don't know. My opinion of it is it's pretty cool. I like it a little bit, but I hope it's not too different, but it's still unique in its own way. This way, people aren't like, people that want to play the female version of the class aren't like, oh, well, you know, that's a completely different playstyle now. I kind of like it where it's like, if you want more CC or more damage, you know, focus, you get to kind of choose as well. I think with the Witch and Wizard though, that's gonna be a weird area, because those are like, that's the only male and female class are the exact same. So I don't know if they're gonna do different or they're gonna be the same. Yeah, it can go either way, but I think it's really cool though to see. I think Ninja and Kanoichi will definitely be different though, 100%.
So the Blader, they have a weapon called a Musindo. Probably saying it wrong, but it's a combination of a sword and a spear. So it seems like all the close range kind of classes get far-reaching awakening weapons. So I'd imagine, Witch and Wizard would probably get something close range. And then the Plum will get a Flower of Wall Chang. I'm sure it's probably a bad translation, but that's a single spear which will focus and front rapid stabs. That's kind of interesting. So the range will increase while she will focus and forward with quick movement in order to catch anyone who is trying to escape from a wrath. Wow, that's kind of cool. But I don't know if y'all have seen the costumes, but they look pretty epic. It's very like Chinese inspired, like a dragon, kind of look.
I think I'm interested to see what they're actually like supposed to be beneficial to them. I mean, are they gonna make it? It gives them more survivability in sieges, like because the awakenings is supposed to be, supposed to, increase that character's what they're weak at, and I'm just like, all right, Blader and Plum's weakness is basically group PvP, like big group PvP. They're good in small groups, they're good in 1v1s, but they're pretty much spectacular in sieges, which is why nobody uses them. So is it gonna make them tankier? I don't know.
Yeah, I've heard some mixed feelings about the Ranger Awakening, but I've been fighting it for the past I fought it for 2 hours straight the other night, and that's fun to fight because whenever they get into a situation, they just dash away. It's like, am I fighting a blader? What is this?
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's not gonna be too OP. Yeah, let's hope that.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be OP to begin with, and then they'll tweak it down to just right. They're really good about that. That's why the community is great, and the developer and publisher is great.
Hashtag nerf orcs.
What?
Jesus Christ. We're on a roll today, guys. All right, I'm going to move on to the next question. Next question came from Varso. Physical merchandise is an alternate source of revenue. I'm going to throw in 2 cents on this because I jumped on the bandwagon when Blizzard started doing it. I've got some plushies and other shit that I bought because, hey, collector, right? I collect shit. Kinu, I know you have something to put in.
Yeah, the collecting thing is the main thing for me on it. But the one thing you got to realize is you take an RNG chest and then you take a stuffed animal of a fish in BDO. You buy that stuffed animal once, you have it. You buy that RNG box, you didn't get what you wanted. You buy that RNG box, you didn't get what you wanted. You buy that RNG box, you didn't get what you wanted. That's the main thing. Physical merchandise isn't a really good way for a source of revenue. You're not going to have someone buying 4 or 5 of the same thing all the time. That's just it's not going to work. It never really has.
It'd be great to have, though. I mean, one of the prizes for the Beauty and the Beast contest, if you're like number 1, you get a little tiny black spirit sculpture, and that thing is so darn cute. I want one on my desk.
Don't they have backpacks? Didn't they come out with backpacks recently?
Yeah, that's like a drawstring
Yeah.
backpack with their logo on it, I think. I mean,
I
that's
want a
kind of cool,
backpack.
but the little black spirit's the best. So cute.
Yeah.
Maybe a black spirit like Tamagotchi. That'd be pretty cool. Bring back the Tamagotchi.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
That's awful.
Oh, you really went there with that, didn't you?
Hey, man, I loved it.
Do you still have your
I have my own
Tamagotchi? Is it still alive?
I tried looking for it when I went back down to my parents and I couldn't find it.
It's dead.
So.
It's so dead. This is why we can't have nice things. I mean, you know what? I see potential for an actual merchandise line. I do. They could do it.
I mean, they honestly could. The cost it's going to be to put in to make the merchandise and then to ship it out to where you need. Not going to get that much of an income back from it, really, unless they
Yeah.
charge out the butt for it.
Yeah,
Doesn't
there's a
Blizzard
lot.
charge Aren't the figurines for Blizzard like $50 or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So the figure, I hate to be the one that can answer this. I do. The figurines, like as a standalone, just uncustomized and shit, are like $50. You can spend like a couple $100 on customizing one identical to your character in your gear set and pick your gear, and there's a lot of customization that they offer in that. The plushies were reasonable. They're like $25 or something like that. I got a couple for Christmas. They're on a shelf. I'm lame. I know. Whatever. Judge me if you will. It happened. Obviously there's revenue in product. We all know this. It's not something that I don't think we'll see for at least a year or two coming out.
Sadly, I'll have to wait for my Black Spirit figurine.
All right, gonna keep moving. GZYT has stated, marketing of BDO so far, I've only seen Facebook marketing. I've seen marketing on other sites and stuff too, in like Google Ads and some other places.
Their character creator was marketing stunt. Hello. You know how
Yeah.
much publicity that got? Oh my god. Like it was trending on Facebook. It was just so great. Yeah, that's my 2 cents.
A lot of the times nowadays in the age for MMOs, a lot of it is just Facebook. It goes from Facebook to Twitter to something like that. You don't see many trailers that are put on TV or anything like that. You see it on YouTube. You see it everywhere on the internet. That's where it is. Any marketing's on the internet now. So they got a good foot there.
I think most of it you'll only see on Facebook and stuff like that. Maybe closer, like when CBT2 is released, we'll probably see a big push in marketing. That's normally what happens, is right before release or right before early access to get those last pre-orders and stuff like that. You'll probably see a big push coming in to get some marketing going. But I mean, we're not going to see it on TV or anything, I don't think. I mean, unless they really want to spend that kind of money. I mean, at that point, then I'm worried about why they're spending that kind of money on a TV spot and not putting into the development. But you know, I think we'll see it on YouTube, probably, things like that. You know, they'll probably, I'm sure they've already invited this. You know, I know they already did it in CBT1. They'll definitely be doing it again in CBT2 by inviting the big name streamers and things like that to make sure that you get a lot of views and whatnot. And we'll probably see Black Desert on like the top 5 for CBT2. So. And that'll be their marketing, because a lot of that's kind of free marketing, so you know they don't have to spend too much money on that type of marketing. Word of mouth is really good for marketing sense when it comes to video games and things like that.
Yeah, remember all the marketing that Skyforge did? It was like overhyped. Oh yeah. I started liking them, and then or I liked them on Facebook, and I stopped following them because it was just spam after spam of, hey, look at this cool new class or whatever, and it was just a little bit overboard. But yeah, too much marketing can really turn off people.
Yeah, I will agree with you on that one. When I see something over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, I just want to fucking walk away from it. It's like, that's great, guys. Okay, I've had enough of this shit. I don't even want to deal with it anymore. The marketing that I have seen, and I mean, honestly, with the way that things have been going in my RL lately, I haven't been doing a whole lot, but the stuff that I have seen has been random, and it's been well placed. So Google Google Ads does its job.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I'm going to get on to our next question now that I've lost it because chat scrolled. Tab over. Adix asks, what would you guys like to see happen in the future? This is a very open question.
I will start this one off. More spin to win. That's pretty much it for me.
Because there hasn't been enough question about spin to win in the chat today, Ghost.
I'd like to make more money in the game. That's instead of just a little bit, I'd like to make even more. That would be great.
Future of this game, the one thing that was really cool and got my attention was the water fighting. That's going to take a lot to do with when they were talking about the ship combat and whatnot. Yeah, and you all know what game I'm talking about, but that right there put a real nice thing in any MMO. So I guess that's kind of what I'm looking for in the future, something like that.
Yeah, driving ships. Oh my god, that'd be so much fun. If they can fix all that, all the physics and whatnot behind it, all the collision detection, all that terrible stuff. But yeah, I would love to see that.
I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna jump in here, Zemi. You know what I would like to see? I'd like to see mobile development. Yeah, I see. I want to get in this argument with you. I do. Yeah, the inner geek in me wants to be able to have an app on my cell phone that ties to my characters and my little peons and my nodes and shit in the game, and allows me to control shit while I'm not at my desk. And I can see.
Don't worry. They'll totally implement that for $9.99 for the app, and then $2.50 per
transaction
per
fee?
worker you send.
The transactional fees will be nominal.
Yep. Yep. Don't worry, Apple's gonna come in and get their cut too. 10% extra.
Well, I don't have to worry about that shit. Superior race over here, right? None of that Apple crap. Apple Jacks are for kids. You know what? Like there are a lot of things. There are a lot of future developments that could be put into it. I'm with Kinu on the boats and ships and stuff, just because I personally enjoy that. I really enjoy watching SARS try to rowboat her horse and carriage from one island to another because it amuses me.
It didn't work.
It did not work at all.
I'd summon my horse to come to me or whistle to it, and it would pop up on the boat and then go all the way to the bottom of the water and not die.
Do you need a bigger boat?
It was a fishing boat. Shouldn't it work on a fishing boat?
I mean, it worked for me when I did it.
Well,
It must have bugged out on yours.
yeah. Apparently turning off my computer and turning it back on again didn't really help that much, so...
Nope. When you load it, everything on the boat just falls out.
Can you go
Yeah.
ahead and uninstall and reinstall and see if that fixes your issue?
Is there
man.
power to your computer? Have you boxed it back up and returned it to the store yet?
I would like to see. I'd say I definitely agree with the whole boats and water combat and stuff like that. That would be cool. I did enjoy that. It was definitely one thing I enjoyed. And then I would have to say I wouldn't mind seeing workers work offline. That would be nice because I really don't want to leave my computer on for 24 hours a day. Please don't make me do this.
This is true.
Put this feature in.
Power is expensive.
Also, I would also like to see skimpy bikinis for my ranger, and maybe some extra boob physics. Just saying, right? And I'm talking super skimpy, like just some
Just
pasties.
with that like little,
Just some
piece of
pasties.
cloth.
It'd be great if we could get those for giants as well. Like, we have nothing. We
Well,
can use
hey,
them.
guys, I have a great idea.
Nice stuff going on there.
While we're at it, when you purchase a house, can I get a stripper pole and some bench seating that I can charge people to sit and watch? I mean, if we're gonna jump down that rabbit hole.
I mean, if we're going
I
crazy, I want a dragon to ride, please.
I would also, after you have implemented the skimpy bikini bottoms with pasties, I also want you to add in an emote with the jumping jack emote. Thanks. We're good. I'll keep my computer on 24 hours a day after that. Promise.
And you know what? Hold on. Things are getting updated. Oh God. I tabbed into the wrong screen while somebody was doing their job and updating our question and answers, and may have put a whole bunch of Z's in the middle of this. Give me 2 seconds. I fucked up.
I was wondering what was going on over there.
Were you watching the live edit?
I was like, why is he doing that?
I'm gonna start recording all 3 monitors, and then we're gonna have a blooper reel of all the shit that I fuck up during the course of a broadcast, because it's amusing. It really is. I know Ash is sitting there somewhere shaking her head, going, "What is this guy doing?" So rolling with questions. Cryptic had asked earlier a question in regards to how the different server possibilities will affect meeting up with your friends and guildmates, and what are all the server type possibilities they could possibly enter or implement, and how would they work?
Two. Mega server and then single server. Single server, like every other game MMO, really. Like you all have to choose, let's say, a Ranzeb, and everyone has to go to a Ranzeb. But if you have a friend that randomly picks tying for some weird reason, because he's not paying attention, and he somehow gets 50, he's screwed. Because now he has to go and make a whole new character. With Mega server, you can pretty much just choose whatever channel, and you can just switch channels as you go.
Yes, Evie?
I have a comment to add to that. You know what they could do to avoid doing a mega server, and I just thought about it, and I know everybody's about to go, "Oh my god, you mentioned it!" So recently, not recently, but like an expansion ago or two, probably 2 expansions, WoW implemented this cool feature where a player could join up another player's party, and you would phase into their server. There. Problem solved with all your friends. Done.
Which player would go to which server?
Party leader. Or how they do it is like, so if you join a party's thing, you go to their server. However, if you say you have like 2 people from, we'll use BDO as an example, you have 2 people from Calpheon server, 1 person from Belenos server, and 1 person from Heidel server, they would go to the Calpheon server because there's more people from Calpheon than there are the other 2. So it's a good feature. It really is a good feature.
Yeah.
Therefore, it allows people who are like, well, my friend's on a different server. Okay, well, you can still play with them. Just join the party. And then it also keeps the server separate, so you don't have to, deal with the mega server issues in itself. Or, you've also got the dynamic thing. You also have the dynamic thing where you could do the whole... I'm cool with mega servers as long as they do the dynamic updating. I can't... Just the mega server, it's like, well, here's 40 servers. Go. All right, well, 35 through 39 are empty. And, okay, well, now you got a bunch of dead channels. Congratulations. It's just as bad as having a dead server at that point. Not to mention, hey, I'm fighting a guild. Oh, well, they are tired of fighting, so they're going to go to 1 out of 40 channels, and you'll never find them again. Enjoy.
But it'd be nice to have that one little channel where you can go and farm by yourself and never have to worry about anybody.
No. Why don't we just have? Okay, let's throw the term out there. Let's have a Care Bear server for the farming crew.
Well,
I'm gonna catch fucking fire for that. I know I am. I'm sorry, I had to say it, but if you're gonna play a mass multiplayer, but you want your own little corner to go and be left alone, why are you playing a mass? Go play fucking Farmville. Sorry, I went there. I'm done. End rant.
I'm not ranting. I'm not ranting about it. Nope.
All right,
Nope.
guys. Well, with that being said, I think that here it comes. Here it comes.
Yep.
I'm just
not,
Chad's catching up.
You can
yeah.
take the fire. You
I'll
can take the fire on that
I will
one.
take
I'm
the
not-
fire for this one. Because Farmville doesn't have these graphics. Yeah. All right, so this is going to be what I'm going to refer to as our wind down mode in the show. We're going to roll this from now on because we freely banter like this quite frequently, and it's kind of comedical. I'd like to thank everybody that turned out again. You guys have been awesome. You're the reason that we keep doing this. Make sure you check out. Oh, hey, look, attack dog gate. What's the dog got? The dog has the Pringles can. This is not good. I'm pretty sure I'm out of Pringles now. Oh shit. I got lost because the dog showed up. Check out blackdeserttome.com. Get in there, get in the forums. If you guys want to see specific stuff in the show topics, comments, questions, concerns, things that we could do better, hit us up on our YouTube channel, or definitely go to the forums. We check that and moderate it and pull stuff from there when it's posted. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, post stuff, guys. Either that or we'll just keep doing what we do. Thank you to everybody who came out and hosted the show again today, and we will be back next Saturday, same time, same channel, doing the same thing. Thumbs up, high five, very nice. All right, guys, I'm going to take us out. Thanks for coming.